All right, it's time to get everything inside the wall so we can sheetrock, and we got to do some more concrete. So a ton of work has been done to the house, getting things ready for the sheetrock. I know they've got the heating, the electrical, they got the plumbing, the insulation, all this stuff we're going to talk about. But you did something special with the furnace. What did you do?
For energy efficiency, I put in a 2-stage furnace. It means it runs longer, but at a slower rate using less electricity. And then we also put in a zone system. So if you're sitting upstairs and it's too hot, the furnace will kick on, the cool air will come up just where you're sitting because that thermostat said, hey, it's too hot up here. If you're downstairs and you need more heat or more cool, that thermostat will kick the air on or the heat on down there because it's saying we're trying to keep you comfortable.
So rather than trying to make the entire house the same, it's trying to pick what it needs at each time.
The thermostat's a source point. So if that area needs it, that area gets it.
Cool. As we mentioned insulation, I know you were telling me you really liked your insulating crew, and you mentioned something specific with acoustic sealant. What was it that they did that was so cool?
What they do is they go around and check every seam to make sure that that seam is tight, that air will not come from the outside to the inside of the house. I did it before they got here, and they did it more even after I was done.
I noticed that it caught your eye as you were going through and saying,
they did a really good job.
They got some.
They did a really good job.
So it's kind of like a double Band-Aid on an alley.
It's like a double Band-Aid in an alley.
I've just been looking to use that again. Going back to insulation, I know that obviously insulation is to help keep the house cool or warm for the seasons. It slows that transfer of heat and cold. But there's another benefit because you did a lot more of it inside the house. Why did you add so much insulation?
I do a lot of interior insulation for soundproofing purposes. Laundry room's going, you don't want to hear that, so I soundproof all the interior walls around the laundry room above the doors. All the bathrooms are soundproofed in all the homes that I build. It's just nothing more than a soundproofing behind the wall that deaden the sound from that room to the other rooms around it. So bathrooms, laundry rooms, in this instance, I soundproof the owner's suite and the owner's bathroom also. So if you're in there, you don't hear the noise that's going on outside that room.
And I think that's a really nice thing with the Rambler too, because you're right off that main living area, right?
Right.
I know we had a bunch more concrete added to the house.
Lots of concrete.
It's in our favorite spot, the garage, and it turned out really, really nice. But I was noticing they didn't use zip strips this time. They ended up cutting into the floor. Why the difference?
Well, in the inside of the house, you've got flooring that's going to go down there, so you don't want grooves sitting in the floor. So we put a control crack or the zip strip down on the floor, so in case it's going to dry and then crack, then it's going to happen in a controlled way where you can't see it, and you're just going to have a little teeny crack. But in there, they just do a bigger control crack with a saw. So if it's going to break, it's going to break in those areas.
We're getting closer and closer to finishing this beautiful house, but we got so much more to show you. So be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.